Hi Scorpio, it's Kat's Real Life Mystic Tarot. And I'm here and I'm doing the first part of April, just some energies that are going on with you. And I went ahead and I did a meditation and I got two different things. And I'll tell you, I didn't have this video on, but I visualized a koi pond, or really a lotus flower was the first thing. And then it kind of moved into a koi pond with koi and with a frog and this very kind of peaceful, colorful, natural setting. And interestingly, I chose this, and I don't think their thumbnail was a koi pond, but I chose the koi pond for you. So I guess that's kind of the message, but kind of within that meditation, I also had someone behind the wheel of a sports car and driving very fast or dangerously. So I don't know if I have two different Scorpios that are here, or if I have a Scorpio that's kind of going back and forth from these energies. So that's, I don't question it. Whatever comes up, comes up. So let's get into our reading. So for April, this is for Scorpio, for April. Energies for April for Scorpio. We only really want one card. For Scorpio, gosh, everything wants to jump out, but it's too big. Maybe you have a lot of different things going on. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh. Okay. Spiritual material conflict. Spiritual material conflict. It is number, I forgot to put my glasses on. Looks like 18, number 18. That kind of makes sense with my meditation, strangely, because the material is a race car, the spiritual is a scene like this. Yeah, so really interesting. So let's go ahead with the reading. Let's see what's happening for Scorpio beginning of April. What's going on for Scorpio beginning of April? I see a lot of action. I'm just going to go with those. Oh, this is a lot of cards, but I'm going to go with it. Eight of Swords in reverse, Moon in reverse, Five of Swords, Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords, and Wheel of Fortune. Wow, Scorpio! Holy crap. Okay, so hope you can see that. Let me move it over just a little bit more. All right, so usually it goes a little bit from the past to the future within those couple of weeks. Realize this is in a couple of weeks. Your whole life is not going to go, crazy or anything. It's a little bit crazy. I believe, okay, so there's been a little release of psychic energy with you. Like you're starting to see things and you don't know if you're going crazy or what. You may have said things. You may have communicated things. You may have made some changes in your life kind of radically, given from a psychic, you had psychic messages to do some things. They're correct messages coming from your gut. You did things from the gut recently, and you've been free. Like you may have suppressed what you already know recently. Like you already know that you needed to make some changes. Your gut kept telling you have to do this, have to do this, have to do this, and you blew the whole damn thing up. I mean, you just blew it up. Ten of Swords here, Nine of Swords. You blew it up, ended something that needed to end, but you're having some nightmares over it. Like, did I do the right thing? Did I say too much? Did I just ruin my life? Am I going to be able to recover from this? It's things that are keeping you up at night about your choices. It could have been a material choice. Maybe you left a job. You finally said, okay, that's it, and said a few choice words. It could have been a relationship. And you're in a kind of turmoil still, like in your mind, you have a turmoil. What you've done is what I see here. And strangely, is the best thing you could have ever done. When you look back on things and you look back on your history and you're like, wow, this happened, and it's the best thing that could ever have happened to me. It was where my life went from going in this way, it went to this way, and it's the way I wanted to go, and I realized, you know, what I really wanted from life. So spiritual material conflict, the conflict might be like clearly if you left a job, okay, now the paycheck's not going to come in, the offers aren't maybe as good, and you're like, why did I do that? But you know you did what you had to do, sort of feeling. If it was a relationship, and I see like a lot of mental energy, I don't see cups here, and it is a spiritual versus a material conflict, but your relationships can be either spiritual or material in a lot of ways. But if it was a relationship, it may affect you on a number of levels, being material or whatever, but I think you're choosing the spiritual versus, like, it's as if you were in a car driving erratically and crazy, and you're like, I can't go on like this. This is driving me to insanity, and I'm making a change. And you make the change, and you're in such a radically different place, and you're not sure, you're not sure. Or maybe you are sure, but you're in such a different place that it's a little disorienting what changes you've made. Very interesting. Okay, so let's clarify a little bit. What was this intuition that Scorpio had? Gosh, they really want to jump out today. You've got a lot of information to go through. This is death in the upright. You made a huge change. For some of you, there could have been an actual passing on. I think it's very few of you, and I'm really sorry to say that because it's very hurtful if that's the case. I think it's not many of you. But there's been a change. Whether you created that change or that change happened to you, it's huge. In your story, it's huge, or it's going to be huge. It's like, probably this is present moving into the first 2 weeks of April. Something like that. So tell me more about this death. Could we clarify death? Clear and concise message, please. Tell me about this death. Okay, so I have King of Swords. Wow. Okay, it wants to tell me a lot about this. We have the Ace of Wands, the King of Swords, Ten of Wands, and King of Cups. King of Swords. Okay, you're flanked by two characters here, and you can be represented by the King of Cups. So if it's just one person that we're dealing with, you were burdened, and you may have dispatched this King of Swords. There could be two. For some of you, there could be two love relationships, and you chose one. Now, in this case, the King of Cups, if it's not you, and I think it is, but for some of you, if the King of Cups is not you, this is someone that's emotional and quite mature. They're both mature characters, and the other one is more mental. And you were burdened with, I guess, a choice. I'm not seeing the choice anywhere, but somehow they were both burdening you. Now, this could be family members, older family members, that were putting a lot on you. There could have been two family members that are either ill or, they're not doing well, put it that way. And it's burdening you. Tell me a little bit more about this King of Swords. Tell me about the King of Swords. Okay. Could be someone you work with. Eight of discs, and a choice. So we did get the choice card here, the Lovers. The King of Swords might have been your choice. He could have been someone you work with. This could be somebody you work with. Um, could be somebody you work with that helps you. This could be an advisor. This could be someone that helped you if you had left a job, per se, that helped you get another job, or that advised you, or for some of you, maybe chose someone else. But it was the best thing that could ever happen to you. That wasn't many. I don't feel like that very strongly. Tell me a little bit more. Tell me about the Ten of Swords for Scorpio. Tell me about the Ten of Swords for Scorpio. What was this? What was this? What seemed like disastrous. Okay, strength in reverse. So there's a lack of strength. A lack of strength to control, maybe control your emotions, to control something that was careening out of control using the card. A lack of peace. You didn't get a message. And you didn't get a message, and you weren't capable of everything, all the skills required to deal with that situation. You didn't get the message, and you didn't deal with the situation in the way you would have liked to. But now you know. Tell me about this Wheel of Fortune in the future for Scorpio. What does the Wheel of Fortune involve? What does the Wheel of Fortune involve? What does the Wheel of Fortune involve? I'm going to take two. Okay. Working a second job and a Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay. I see a young person. You now have to pick up a little bit more work. It's going to be lucrative for you. There's something else you can do and do well. You're still angry. I still see like an angry or agitated. Either you or someone around you is angry or agitated. But it will. That energy is going to fuel you to do what you need to do. There's a Wheel of Fortune upswing. There's money that's available to you. You have a skill. Like I said, it was a turning point. There's a turning point. This is a turning point for sure for you. It's very strong. Tell me, what is the turning point for Scorpio? What is the turning point? Turning point for Scorpio. Tell me what that's about. Clear and concise message, please. The turning point for Scorpio. Turning point for Scorpio. Okay. We can't do anything with just a couple cards today. It has to be a lot. Okay, so you're a spy to something, or let's see. No, you didn't see it coming, but it's a win out of a disappointment. Okay. And there's a partnership, but it's not one you would have imagined. Like this person you wouldn't have thought can really provide much for, if it's a new business you're doing, you wouldn't have thought they could be that helpful, but they're going to surprise you. There was a disappointment, and I think it's what happened here. There's a huge victory coming, and you can't even predict it. I mean, it's beyond what you're hoping for. Yeah. It looks a little bit more like a work or a work partnership issue. But certainly it could translate into a relationship, because we did have the King of Cups, King of Swords thing happening, and making a choice did come up for some of you. And it was a very difficult choice. If it was a relationship, it was a very difficult choice to make. You feel like you gave up something, but it's going to work in your favor. It's a turning point. Tell me, let me get this. I'm going to use Wisdom of the Oracle. What is this turning point? What is the turning point for Scorpio? What represents the something that tells us more about the turning point for Scorpio? Let's see. Turning point for Scorpio. Turning point for Scorpio. Okay. Oh my. Like I was saying. Okay, mending, to be fair, between worlds, and never-ending story. Okay, got it. Okay, never-ending story, mending. You've been going in circles. You've been going in circles with something, trying to fix something that just keeps coming back in the same way. Your intuition here, between worlds, you've gotten a message. You psychically kind of see, because we had the psychic card here. You've gone between worlds. You see the future. You're seeing, how things are going to turn out, and you made a change. And it's justice, to be fair. I'm going to get one more card, and then we're going to wrap this up. But this was a spiritual material conflict. It was a turning point. It's huge for Scorpio. Got the death card, and so usually that's not a physical death, but for some of you it could be. It's kind of thrown you into a tailspin, but things are going to come out like a roulette wheel to fortune. You're going to be in good shape. Tell me a little bit more for Scorpio. What's happening here? Anything else? Any other information for Scorpio? This is for the beginning of April. Scorpio. There it is. And it's not just one again. Oh, this is one I cannot show. So let me cover him. Okay. 33. 33 is very beautiful. This is the wolf, but the wolf is usually showing his teeth and whatnot in this deck. And here he's with just flowers in springtime. It's a 33 card, so that is kind of a, it's a master number. And this is a very generous, spiritual, benevolent person or wolf or being, a benevolent being, like in a higher, what do I want to say? I want to say like in a higher level than your average human. And there is a partnership here. 27, 7, 8, 9. They are engaged, shall we say, and I can't show it to you on YouTube. So I think this is a very spiritual love. It could be, this is kind of a position that might be like tantric. So there could be a very spiritual love coming. And I didn't interpret this because I didn't see all that in here. And the spiritual love can be for life or for yourself. But it could be for another human being or for a child or for, your pet or that. So there's something very beautiful and spiritual on the way. And that's not, the Wheel of Fortune's a material card. So there's material as well. But I'm seeing like the true benefit of this is the spiritual part, and the material will follow. But you had to break loose of something. So it's a turning point. All right, thanks. Thank you, Scorpio, and I'll see you soon, and take care.